The sharks from Shark Tank are better traders than you. This is why. Hit like and subscribe for more commentary like this. Let's begin. If you've never watched the show Shark Tank, I highly advise that you take a look at it as a trader and an investor, because there are a lot of similarities between what they do and what we do. For instance, they are investing their money into something, typically a business or a product, right, or a service that ultimately they hope that they can make a massive return on investment later on. Does that sound familiar to you? Exactly. We like to say that, we try to invest Forex, right, invest in the Forex market so that we can make a massive return later on. But the question is, do we really operate like investors? Or is it what we are doing is more in line with gambling? And before you say it, everything is gambling, okay? Regardless of what you do, in some way it is a gamble. Simply stepping out of your house is a gamble these days. You just need one thing to shift out of alignment that could probably spell the end of you. Of course, normally this wouldn't be a problem. You wouldn't have any issue stepping out of your house, but you never really know, right? The difference between a gambler and a trader is traders use data. They continuously ask questions. But if that's the case, why would I say that sharks from Shark Tank are better traders than you? Well, it is simple. They literally ask questions about the investment before getting into it. Regardless or not if they like the product or service, if the data they have gathered about this product or service doesn't align with their investment philosophy and show exactly what they want to see, they don't make that investment. Or in other words, they don't take the trade. How many of you can say this? How many of you can say that you are willing to forego a trade and not take the trade when you don't see exactly what you want to see? Many traders have a problem when it comes to analyzing. They don't try to ask relevant to the scenario questions. What I mean by this is, again, let's go back to the sharks. They ask a base set of questions such as, what are your sales like? Or what is your product cost? Or how much do you sell it for? What is your profit margin? These are basic questions that you would ask anyone who you're investing into their business, because you want to know these things, right? But from there, a lot of the questions are on a per scenario basis. Why? Because every situation is different. Different businesses, different products, different services require us to have different questions that we ask. What I'm trying to say is, you can have your basis for asking questions, but you must learn to tailor your analysis to exactly what it is you're seeing. Patterns are dead. I don't care what it is you think, patterns are dead. I've been doing this for about 9 years, and I can tell you, I think I've tried almost every single pattern. They work sometimes, and then other times they don't. Let's think about it. If the market is a dynamic, ever-changing environment, why would a pattern-based strategy or mechanical strategy work? Think about it. The answer is, it won't. At least not with the consistency that you're looking for. And that's what we're really looking for, right? Consistency in our trading. Anybody could take a trade and have it win. The question is, can you do that multiple times in a row in rapid succession, such that you can make money long term? Because that's what the sharks are trying to do, right? The sharks understand that in a world of investing, different products and different services require different analysis that aligns with the particular markets of these products and services in order to properly understand if that investment is worth their time or not. And this is how I try to think as a trader. After analyzing the current setup, given the information I've gathered, would this investment be worth my time and my money? And this is when the sharks may say something along the lines of, well, Mr. Prospect, I like your product, but I don't like X about your business. I don't like how you can't tell me what your sales are. I don't like how your cost to create this product and the amount you sell the product for are so close together, meaning your profit margin is very, very low. I don't like these things. I don't like your questions are not, your answers to my questions are not satisfactory, and for that reason I'm out. Which means they are no longer interested in investing in that product or service. Now, I don't know about you, but I think this is a very good way to approach investing and trading, because you can feel comfortable about your decision rather than feel any type of way because your analysis suggested for you to take the trade. All right, what about the analysis suggested for you to take the trade? Based on if it's a pattern based thing, what is so different with this pattern to the next? And that's what we don't think about. If it is a dynamic system, why are we so caught up and so fixated on having the same thing occur every single time? I would love to see a literal consistent pattern based system. I'd love to see one. And I'm not saying that they don't exist, but they are in the minority, right? Most traders will never get to this level because most traders are impatient and money hungry, and they never realize what the real problem is. Let me tell you what the real problem is. I am 100% certain that you can trade. You're just impatient. That's the problem. You're just impatient. I believe it was Warren Buffett who said that the market is simply a machine that transfers wealth from the impatient to the patient. Good traders are very, very patient. They wait for their setups to come to them. Let's paint a picture very quickly. Imagine the sharks are listening to a pitch from a business owner about a potential investment opportunity. One of the sharks in particular doesn't ask enough valid to the scenario information. He doesn't ask valid questions, and he proceeds to overrule the other sharks and give the business owner the investment amount that he or she wants. 2 years down the line, that business goes under and it fails. Who's to blame, really? Yes, maybe the business owner, because maybe they would have, ill-managed the business or whatever. And these are on a per scenario basis. Again, it's not to say that there's any one person to blame, but in terms of the shark losing his money, isn't it the shark's problem in the first place? Because he never got relevant information about this business. If this business owner could successfully manage this business and return an investment or return on that investment. Yes, the business owner in some cases, again, could be the problem. Yes, maybe they lied in the interview and they did a full 180 and did something completely different to what they said that they would do. But the shark still cannot be upset because he never bothered to ask relevant questions, and he proceeded to make the investment, aka he took the trade without having sufficient data. Producing an analysis like this will not guarantee that you win it, but at least once you learn to do it the way that I do it, you build your confidence in your setup, and it builds your intuition. It allows you to make better trades, better decisions. And this is what I teach traders to do, right? This is what I teach traders to do. Now, some traders, don't get me wrong, like a simple system, and I understand, all right? But simple systems are hard to make consistent in such a dynamic market. Ask yourself, how many simple systems you've attempted without much success? This is why. Feel free to reach out to me via any of my social media channels. I'll be more than willing to answer any questions, right? But there are people who repeatedly attempt to impersonate me, right? Ask me to verify my identity before you do anything. If the person cannot do this, it is not me, right? I am more than willing to identify myself so that you know it is me you're talking to, right? People are going to try to sell you all kinds of shit in this industry. Don't believe them until you can actually get proof that this person knows what they're talking about. And actually, again, if you're trying to message someone who is pretending to be me, you shouldn't even be trying to ask anything. Just once they are pretending to be me, you know that they are a sham, right? Hit like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Comment below your thoughts on this matter, on this subject, right? And if you have any questions or anything like that, you can ask those in the comments as well if you don't want to message me directly. No harm, no foul, right? And I'll see some of you sharks in the ocean. To anyone who doesn't want to be a shark, well, I hope you're content with being prey, because we will eat you. Peace out, fishies.